You step through the front door, and something in your body shifts. Your shoulders drop, your jaw unclenches. Your breath goes deeper without you telling it to. The noise fades, the performance stops. You don't have to manage anything anymore. You don't have to be careful with your words or your face or how much space you take up. And for the first time all day, you feel like yourself again. If home is the only place your body stops bracing, this isn't a personality quirk. It's a pattern. And this video is going to explain exactly where it comes from, why some people need home more than others, and what it says about the way your body was built. Think about what happens when you leave the house, even on a completely normal day. You walk into work and you read the room before anyone says a word. You catch a shift in someone's tone and adjust without thinking. You monitor how you're landing. Too quiet? Too much? Too intense? You keep softening your edges so everything stays smooth. In a meeting, you track what people aren't saying. At the end of lunch, you calculate whether you talk too much or not enough. On the way home, you replay a conversation from 3 hours ago. And by the time you get back, you're not just tired from what you did. You're tired from everything you held together. That version of you, the one that was careful, measured, appropriate, worked a full shift today, and it needs to clock out. Most of this work is invisible. Nobody sees it. Nobody counts it. Nobody thanks you for it. And here's what most people don't realize. Not everyone experiences this at the same intensity. For some people, a full day of interaction feels energizing, easy, natural. For others, it feels like running a marathon in wet shoes. And the difference isn't weakness, it isn't shyness, it's how your system was built. Stay here because in a few minutes, I'll explain exactly where that comes from and why, for some people, home isn't just a preference, it's a biological need. Your body has one job it never stops doing: scanning. Is this safe? Is this familiar? Is this predictable? And it answers those questions by reading thousands of signals per second: tone of voice, body language, ambient noise, crowding, unpredictability. In environments it trusts, it relaxes. In environments it doesn't, it stays on. Other people think you're relaxing when you're outside, but your system is still on duty. And staying on costs energy, real physical measurable energy. This is why some people feel physically exhausted after situations that looked effortless from the outside. They weren't resting, they were working. Now, here's where home comes in. Home is the environment your body has mapped the most completely. It knows every sound, every smell, every creak in the floor. Nothing is unpredictable, nothing requires reading. And so, for the first time all day, your system gets to do something it almost never does outside. It stops scanning. The guard can rest. The scanner can pause. The performer can leave the stage. Relaxation is what you feel when vigilance finally stops. That feeling at the door, shoulders dropping, breath deepening, that's not comfort. That's regulation. Some people simply take in more noise, more tension, more mood shifts in a room, more unpredictability in a conversation. The same world hits them harder. Not because they're fragile, but because their system was built with a wider aperture. It catches more, it processes more, it responds more fully to the same environment. This is actually connected to deeper thinking, stronger empathy, and more accurate reading of people. But it also means the world outside costs more to move through. Every unexpected moment requires more recalibration. Every social situation that others cruise through takes real effort. And when you spend your energy this way all day, home stops being a place you want to return to. It becomes the place you need to return to. There's also a second layer that most people never connect. If you grew up in an environment that was unpredictable, where moods could shift without warning, where you learned to read the room before you walked in, your body built a map, and that map was smart. It helped you navigate something genuinely difficult. But maps don't automatically update when the territory changes. On that map, outside means on, scan, adjust, stay ready. Home means off. You carry that map into every office, every crowded room, every situation that asks something of you. Your body hasn't gotten the update. It's still following instructions written a long time ago for a world that no longer exists, but that your system still remembers. And so the exhaustion you feel at the end of the day, the relief that hits when you close the door, isn't weakness. It's what happens when a system finally gets permission to stop doing a job it was never supposed to do forever. People who don't need home the way you do will misread you. They'll call it antisocial. They'll call it avoidant. They'll call it lazy or boring or you never want to do anything. And part of you has probably believed them at some point. But here's what they're missing. You're not avoiding the world because you don't care. You're returning home because your body knows what it needs. The world calls it isolation. Your body calls it recovery. Home isn't where you hide. It's where your body stops bracing. There's a difference between running away from something and running toward repair. An athlete doesn't refuse to rest because rest looks like weakness. Rest is part of how they show up. Some people rest when they sit down. You rest when you get home. Some people decompress during a conversation. You decompress after everyone leaves. You were never weak for needing home. You were overloaded for too long. There's one version of this that's healthy. Home as recovery, as the place where you fill back up so you can show up. And there's another version worth looking at honestly, when home stops being a place you return to and becomes the only place you can breathe. Sometimes your system gets so used to safety in one place that everything outside starts to feel heavier than it actually is. And slowly, without noticing, the circle gets smaller. You cancel more. You plan less. You start saying no before you even ask yourself if you want to go. You stop imagining enjoying things outside. And what started as recovery slowly becomes retreat. If that sounds familiar, it's worth being honest about. Not because something is wrong with you, but because a system that can only rest in one room is a system that deserves more space than that. For some people, home is not a luxury. It's where the performance ends and the person begins. It's the place where the body finally remembers how to be at peace. If this video found words for something you'd been carrying for a long time, comment home below. And if you recognized yourself in here, the next video explains why some people can't fully relax even there, even at home, even in the one place that's supposed to feel safe. If that sounds like you, click it. Next, why some people can't fully relax even there, even at home, even in the one place that's supposed to feel safe.